Hey, my name is Woody. I'm an artist, producer, engineer. I pretty much do everything music. And I have a new album called Chrysalis coming out September 12th. It expands genres of music. I'm gonna have to do multiple takes of this shit. Let's see. I met Charles Hamilton and we recorded Toy Story, which was the first song we recorded together. And we started recording other songs just randomly because he was in LA for a long time. And I was still just an intern at the studio. So I remember we were recording this song called Fine, and it was actually the second song we did together. And we were in the studio, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go to the kitchen real quick," or whatever. And I was like, "Cool," you know. So I started mixing the song, and he was gone for a really long time. And somebody came in the studio like 15 minutes later and was like, "Yo, Charles is in the studio freestyling with Kanye West and Game and da 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 da." So, you know, we all got up and went out to the kitchen, and I caught the last like 2 minutes of the infamous freestyle, which is like was all over the internet when it, you know, when that happened. So it was kind of funny to be behind the scenes on just random stuff like that. So I'm in New York, nowhere to go, nothing to do besides make music, and you know, I'm like, man, I gotta go back to LA. So I call Smarty and I'm like, man, I need to come back to LA. I can't do it out here anymore. So Smarty flew to New York and we drove back across the whole country to Los Angeles. And I actually slept on couches, and just for a couple months when I got back to LA, it was insane. I had no money, and just, you know, the people I knew in Los Angeles, and it was a bumpy road coming back here for sure. But you know, if you really want something, I think that you can get it no matter what. You just have to be willing to go through the trials and tribulations, and that was a lot of my trials and tribulations. So I'm back in Los Angeles, and I have really nowhere to live or go. I'm couch surfing and eating terribly, struggling. When I got a call from Charles, and he said that he had a new situation, and it was in California. So he ended up moving out here, and I started working with him again for about a year, and that was when he got signed to Newco Music. And it was cool. We did Normalcy and The Bench 3 and a bunch of other miscellaneous music. We were working on his album, My Heart, and that was fun. He has crazy records on it. I hope someday they come out. But it was a good experience. We traveled all over the country. We were working with, you know, got to work with B.o.B in Atlanta and did the song Paperboy. We were working with Jonsin in Miami. It was a great experience working with those people. But it was the same struggle. It was the Charles versus them. Like, Charles just wanted to do Charles, and everybody kind of wanted him to do the pop stuff. And it was crazy because I was caught in the middle of the whole thing. Like, I'm Charles, you know, friend and confidant and whatever you want to call it. And, you know, everybody's telling me to tell him to do some shit, and it was just a weird situation. So Charles ended up, you know, kind of doing whatever he's doing now, and you know, I really wish him the best of luck. I think I'm probably going to talk to him after I do this interview, so we'll see what's up with him. Probably end up start work pretty soon. So now I am currently releasing a project called Chrysalis, and working with other various artists. I'm working with Young Nate. We put out AtkboyEnt earlier this year, and that got a lot of shine. I actually released my first project called Love Life in October. Had a bunch of features on that, and the difference between my project Love Life and Chrysalis is I have pretty much no features. Young Nate's the only person that's really on it from a hip-hop standpoint, and it explores new genres. I think there's time for a change in music. You know, everybody's doing, I don't want to say that everybody sounds the same, but everybody sounds the same. So I think that I'm just trying to push the limits and break as many barriers as I can to open up people's eyes to new styles of music. I'm also working with a lot of up-and-coming artists. Worked with Veggies and Nero on 30,000. That song is crazy. Worked with XV and did a song with him and Talib Kweli for one of his tapes. Just a lot of upcoming artists. I like working with new people and developing new sounds for people because everybody's different, you know. I wouldn't necessarily make a 30,000 beat for someone other than Casey. It was just, you know, it just happened like that. So I think that honestly, like that makes me think that I'm one of the most versatile producers out right now. I don't think that anybody else can play guitar and piano and still make a club beat and then turn around and make an emo song. I don't think people are doing that anymore. And I think that's what's missing from music, and that's why I'm doing it. Hey, this is Woody. Make sure you check out my album Chrysalis on September 12th at AtkboyEnt.com.